Imagine a world where gigantic, flightless birds thunder across the open plains, faster than most land animals, striking terror into the hearts of everything that moves. These birds were the rulers of their domain, a domain where no mammal, no predator, and no other creature could challenge them. In this ancient world, a small horse grazes peacefully, unaware that it is being stalked by a shadow from a forgotten era. The terror bird. In a flash, the ground shakes as the bird rushes forward. With terrifying speed, the horse barely has time to turn its head before the sharp, hooked beak of the bird crashes down, snapping its neck in an instant. The terror bird, with blood on its beak, stands victorious. This is the story of Fearsome, the birds that ate horses and ruled South America for millions of years. Millions of years ago, after the dinosaurs had vanished, a new reign of terror began on the isolated continent of South America. While mammals were evolving in other parts of the world, South America became a unique haven for bizarre and monstrous creatures. The largest and most fearsome of these were the terror birds, a family of flightless birds that evolved into apex predators unlike anything else on Earth. South America was a world unto itself. Long separated from other continents, its ecosystems developed in isolation, without large mammalian predators like the saber-toothed cats or wolves of North America. Fearsome or terror birds rose to the top of the food chain. They were the masters of their environment, powerful, fast, and deadly. Imagine the vast open grasslands of prehistoric South America. Herds of animals roamed freely, grazing on the rich vegetation. Among them were early species of horses, much smaller and more delicate than the ones we know today. These ancient horses, about the size of ponies, had adapted to the environment by staying in groups, their senses alert for danger. But no sense could fully prepare them for the speed and violence of a charging terror bird. The terror bird was no ordinary bird. At heights of up to 10 feet, 3 meters, these towering creatures were built for one thing: domination. Unlike modern flightless birds such as ostriches or emus, the terror birds were predators through and through. A lethal weapon. Their most terrifying feature was their beak. It wasn't a tool for pecking at seeds or insects. It was a weapon, sharp, curved, and built to crush bone. The beak was enormous, measuring nearly 2 feet, 60 centimeters long in some species. Its sharp edges could slice through flesh with ease, while the hooked tip allowed the bird to grip its prey with terrifying strength. When it struck, the beak functioned much like a hatchet, capable of delivering a fatal blow to an animal's skull or neck. Designed for power. Supporting this weapon was a massive, heavily muscled skull. This wasn't just any bird head. Its deep keel structure allowed for the attachment of enormous neck muscles, which the bird used to swing its head down like a hammer. When a terror bird struck, the force of the blow was devastating, capable of breaking bones and rendering its prey helpless in seconds. The eyes of the terror bird were large and forward-facing, giving it excellent depth perception. It could judge distances with remarkable accuracy, a critical skill when hunting prey that was often running for its life. This binocular vision, similar to that of modern birds of prey, allowed the terror bird to time its attacks with deadly precision. While their beaks were designed for killing, their legs were designed for the chase. Fearsome were incredibly fast runners. They had long, powerful legs that allowed them to sprint at speeds comparable to modern ostriches, which can run up to 45 miles per hour, 70 kilometers per hour. The terror bird could cover ground quickly, chasing down prey that tried to flee. Their lightweight, hollow bones, common in birds, made them agile and able to change direction quickly during the chase. Now, imagine the moment when a terror bird spots its prey. The wind sweeps through the long grass, rustling as a herd of prehistoric horses grazes, unaware of the predator stalking nearby. For a terror bird, this is the moment of truth. With its keen eyesight, it picks out the weakest or slowest horse, perhaps an injured or young one, lagging behind the others. The terror bird crouches, waiting. Then, in an instant, it launches into action. The ground trembles beneath its pounding feet as it accelerates, racing toward the herd. The horses panic, fleeing in all directions, but they are no match for the bird's speed. Within moments, it has closed the distance. The chosen horse, an ancestor of modern equidee, attempts to dodge, but it's too late. The terror bird strikes with its beak. In one swift motion, it delivers a crushing blow to the horse's neck, the sound of bones snapping echoing through the plains. The horse collapses, its body limp as the terror bird tears into its flesh, devouring the fresh kill. This scene, played out countless times over millions of years, made the terror birds the undisputed kings of their world. The terror birds weren't just lone hunters, they were the top predators in a complex ecosystem. They shared their world with a variety of other strange and wonderful creatures, but few could challenge them. The horses weren't the only animals that had to fear the terror birds. South America was home to a bizarre collection of creatures during the Cenozoic era. Giant rodents, some the size of buffalo, roamed the land, along with ancient armadillo-like creatures known as glyptodonts, which had hard, armored shells. Though these were more difficult to hunt, young or sick individuals would have been vulnerable. Other mammals, such as prehistoric sloths, also inhabited the region. Smaller species, like rodents, would have been easy prey for smaller terror birds, while the largest species preyed on medium to large herbivores, including the ancestors of today's llamas and camels. For millions of years, the terror birds faced no serious competition. Their only threats were smaller carnivorous mammals and reptiles that couldn't match their speed or size. This dominance continued until a cataclysmic event changed the balance of power: the Great American Interchange. The Great American Interchange occurred about 2.5 million years ago when the Isthmus of Panama connected North and South America, allowing animals to migrate between the continents. With this new land bridge, large mammalian predators from North America, like saber-toothed cats, dire wolves, and giant bears, entered South America for the first time. These new predators, with their pack-hunting techniques and adaptability, posed a direct challenge to the terror birds. Unlike solitary hunters like the terror birds, mammalian predators often hunted in groups, making it difficult for the birds to compete. In addition, changing climates reduced the available prey, putting further pressure on the terror birds to adapt. Over time, the terror birds lost their position at the top of the food chain. The species gradually dwindled, and eventually, the last of the Forus racidi disappeared from the earth. Though they ruled for millions of years, they could not survive the onslaught of new competitors and a changing world. Even after their extinction, the terror birds continued to inspire wonder and fear. Their fossils, discovered in regions like Argentina, are among the most impressive paleontological finds in South America. Massive skulls and beaks tell the story of these once mighty predators, giving us a glimpse into their ancient world. It is possible that early human civilizations in South America may have stumbled upon these fossils, mistaking them for the remains of mythical creatures. Stories of giant birds capable of snatching horses or even humans could have their origins in the discovery of terror bird fossils. Legends of enormous, dangerous birds persisted in many cultures, and the memory of terror birds may have lived on in these myths. Now imagine for a moment that the terror birds never went extinct. What would our world look like if these gigantic, fearsome birds still roamed the grasslands of South America? Could humans and terror birds coexist? Or would they be feared apex predators, attacking livestock and threatening rural communities? Perhaps they would be found in remote, wild regions, their numbers dwindling as they compete with modern humans. Or, in a more speculative twist, humans might have found a way to domesticate these birds, using their speed and power to assist in hunting or even warfare. What would it feel like to stand face to face with a terror bird, knowing that a single strike of its beak could end your life in an instant? The terror birds may be gone, but their legacy of fear and awe remains. The terror birds were more than just large, flightless birds. They were the apex predators of their time, dominating the prehistoric ecosystems of South America. With their deadly beaks, powerful legs, and speed, they ruled a world that is now lost to time. Today, we can only imagine the terror they must have inspired as we walk in the shadows of their ancient reign. In the end, the terror birds remind us of the fragility of even the most powerful creatures. No matter how dominant or fearsome, every species has its time. And the terror bird's era, though long and magnificent, eventually came to an end. But their story, of a bird that could kill a horse with a single strike, lives on in the fossils and in our imaginations, an enduring symbol of nature's power and unpredictability.